won here at the GCAC Basketball Championships on the campus of Xavier University at their beautiful Convocation Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. Brian Fulford, A.D. Drew, and Carol McLeod here calling this contest where Tougaloo has a 49-44 lead, and we've seen some hot shooting in the first half by both teams. The halftime stats for Talladega, they shot 13 of 22 from the field. That's 59.09%, while Tougaloo shot 15 of 29. That's 51.72%. Now, from the three-point line, Talladega was 3 of 7, and Tougaloo was 9 of 13. That's 69%, 69.23 to be exact. Can either of you recall a team that you coached that shot 69% from the three-point line in the first half?
I don't think I've coached a team that shot 69% from the layup line.
I agree. I do agree.
I mean, looking at these stats, not to cut you off, cut both you guys off, but if you told me I shot 59% from the field, 43% from the three, 94% from the free throw line, and I'm losing, I tell you was crazy.
Well,
and that's what Talladega has right now.
Well, yeah, Talladega, they've shot, well, the biggest difference is, I think, they've shot 7 less field goals than Tougaloo overall. You mentioned the free throw shooting. They're 15 of 16, 93.75%. Tougaloo, not bad themselves. They were 10 of 12. Rebounds. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and you guys know what my solution is it needs to be a little bit more defense on the floor because we're just kind of running back and forth. It looks great, and I'm glad they're making the shots, but, you know, I don't know if this is a game of endurance or what, but they're a little bit more defense, aggressive defense by somebody, and it'll make the difference in the game.
One key stat I see, Brian, second chance points. Tougaloo 15, Dega 0.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Points off turnovers, Talladega with 13 to Tougaloo's 6. Looks like that Darius Woods is the leading scorer in the ball game. He has 15. He was 4 of 5 from the three-point line, 4 of 6 overall. And then for Talladega, Morris Dunnigan with 14 points, but then he picked up 3 fouls. And for him, that kind of changed the ball game when he picked up his 3rd foul, because he was actually scoring and doing. He was actually leading this team and showcasing why he was a co-offensive or co-player of the year. Excuse me, I keep wanting to call it offensive player of the year. There's a spin move by Stanley Williams, unable to get that to fall. And there's Woods at the top of the key. Williams gets it back down in the low block.
That's somewhat of a mismatch.
There's Sean Atwater for 3. Unable to get that ball. Spins and tips around. Dunnigan comes up with it. He's trapped. Gives it over to Dobie. Nice. Dobie runs the lane. It's blocked by Carter. No, you look call, no call, call it, say it.
I think he hit the back of the ring.
Tough finish by Atwater. Good defense by Dunnigan. And then on the putback, there's a foul called on Darryl Baker.
His first team foul in the second half. At the line to shoot 2 for Tougaloo, number 5, Sabron Carter.
Sabron Carter will go to the free throw line, and he will shoot 2. With an opportunity to score the first points of the half. And that's
something we didn't see too often in the first half, a missed free throw by either team.
Right.
There were very few and far between, definitely, given the number of times both teams went to the line.
And Carter says, my bad, it's not going to happen again. And it doesn't.
And it didn't. Yep.
50 to 44 lead for Tougaloo. Little backstory on when both of these two teams previously played. And there's a block from behind.
Same.
That was Datavian Porter on that block. Up comes Atwater on the right side of the floor. There's Porter on the low block. He lost control of it, but they're going to say he got fouled, though. Daryl Baker is called for the foul.
Foul called on number 0, Ray Doby.
Oh, correction. That foul is on Ray Doby. That's his second foul.
All right, so Talladega got to get back in this and do what they were doing in the beginning, running
You got
and
something
hitting
going
this.
on. They sent both teams to the bench.
So I guess
Not a
we'll.
timeout. But the official at the table stopped play after the foul was reported.
Looks like it's a clock-related issue. I just saw them point up at the clock.
We're so far away from the court, we can't get a referee to come over and give us an explanation.
Yeah, no, nobody's coming over here to explain what's going on. Just to recap, the two previous times these two teams played, the home team won in both situations or in both contests. Tougaloo winning 79-66 at home back on January 27th, and then Talladega winning at home 78-65 back on February 24th.
So almost identical scores.
Yeah.
Both games were up 13-point games.
All right, so I think as we sorted through all that we needed to sort through, Sabron Carter, or check that, Datavian Porter is at the free throw line as he makes that first one.
R.J. Kelly checks back in for Talladega.
51-44.
At the line for Tougaloo.
18:33 left to play. Second free throw attempt. And he missed that one. Doby comes up with it.
All right, let's see what type of offense.
There's Dunnigan. He pulls up for three and bounces around. No good. Rebound by Stanley Williams. Up to Atwater. Atwater back to Williams on the other side of the floor. Calling for it is Carter down on the low block. He spins. And there's Sabron Carter.
Sabron Carter.
Now, notice he posted up Dunnigan that time. And Dunnigan with 3 fouls. That was a quick recognition because Dunnigan can't pick up his fourth, or he doesn't want to pick up his fourth. Neither does his team want him to pick up the fourth. Spin move by Kelly, and he's fouled. Let's see who there's a couple of guys that could have got tagged with this one. Let's see who they call it on Ladarius Woods.
Ladarius Woods called for the foul, his second personal. First team foul in the second half. R.J. Kelly to shoot 2.
R.J. Kelly going to the line to shoot 2. First free throw attempt is good.
First point and a half for Dago.
So I'm observing the defense that Tuscaloosa is playing. And I don't, no, earlier. And I'm just trying to get an idea. Oh, they got some interaction going on down here. I'm just trying to get an idea what Talladega needs to do to get past it because they are truly putting some aggressive pressure on them, which is something I told you earlier. Once they start doing that, you'll see the difference in the league. So Talladega got to go ahead and figure out how to get past that.
The officials seem to be calling them much tighter down on the low block. There's Woods, and there's another one. Oh, wait a minute. I thought he called a block. He changed the call, did he? Wow, okay. So he called that on Ladarius Woods, offensive foul, and that's his third. That's a quick 2 in the quarter for Woods.
And I think maybe what he was doing, he had to look down to make sure his feet were outside the circle.
Okay.
And once he realized his feet were outside the circle, he decided to give him the call.
Interesting. 17:30 left to play. Tougaloo in a bit of a 2-2-1. Here they come looking to trap the ball a little bit. Cross court to Doby. Ball in the hands of Turner. He gives over to Kelly. Down low is Doby. Is denied by Carter. Nearly thrown away, but Atwater is able to come up with that ball. That's Sabron Carter down on the low block, trying to get his way into the lane. He does. Turn around, and it's good.
Carter.
And again, he's being guarded by someone who cannot pick up a fourth foul. And correct me, if you guys are seeing something different, let me know, because I have no idea why Dunnigan is down there guarding in the low block.
You can have him start off on it, but if David, you've got to run a double at him. You've got to do something to get the ball out of his hand, and you've got to run an immediate double at him.
Tougaloo with a 10-point lead, 55-44, and
say the hook around on the screen.
And the hook that's called on DeAndre Turner.
Number 2, Phil Winston.
Another one of those calls.
Second personal, 13 foul.
So, in my opinion, this is the time for a timeout.
Well, you got the media timeout coming up at first day at under 16. So
Okay.
23 seconds away.
Okay.
And I noticed they made the timeout adjustment on the scoreboard to where it should be within a media game.
Atwater goes to the bucket. Doby comes up with a rebound, gives it over to Dunnigan. They're pushing the ball up the floor. Hits Doby the trailer. That's a three-point attempt. No good. Kelly chases it down. And took his eyes off of it. DeAndre Turner. And there's that under 16 timeout you called. That means we will take a break. You're watching the GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCU for these black colleges.
Absolutely.
And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. Okay? That was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend.
Back to live action here at Xavier University Convocation Center. 15:57 left to play as Tougaloo with a 55-45 lead over Talladega. Three-point attempt, that's good. DeMarquise Washington. I'm not sure you were expecting that young man, just a freshman, to come out and shoot that three, but he does. Dunnigan goes skip over to Turner. He thought about it, but does not shoot it.
Brian, that's only his 10th three-point make of the season.
Dunnigan splits the double. He pulls up. No good. Rebound by Williams. 13-point lead for the Bulldogs. It was a 49-44 halftime lead. Talladega has only scored 1 point in the first 5 minutes of this game. Strong move going to the free throw line is Datavian Porter as he's fouled by number 21, Richard Bogan.
Foul on number 21, Richard Bogan.
His third.
Third personal. 15 foul of the second half. Datavian Porter at the line to shoot 2 for Tougaloo.
Do you take anything away from, as I watch both benches and you watch teams who are energized and into the game? Of course, we mentioned, Coach Chris Wright earlier, very emphatic, very into the game, standing on a knee on the floor. I saw him sitting for a moment. Seemed very uncharacteristic of him. Now he's back up and down on the floor. Any takeaways there, Coach? You guys, as you watch this game and watch the momentum swing?
For me, again, I said the same energy that you put out there from a defensive perspective, and I think that's what's changing this pace of this game for Toulouse. Their defense, and so that energy is just kind of going throughout the whole transition on the offensive side, and then when they put that defense on them, that's when what's making the huge lead difference, in my opinion.
Tougaloo's defense definitely has created the offensive energy that they needed. There's a nice play inside off the inbound. Count it as R.J. Kelly gets fouled.
Who fouled him?
Count the basket, foul number 13, Xavier Heidelberg.
Xavier Heidelberg is called for the foul for Tougaloo.
R.J. Kelly at the line to shoot one for Talladega.
Maybe that backdoor cut will be the spark that gets Dega going.
An opportunity to cut it to 10, unable to. Sabron Carter comes up with a rebound. Another missed free throw by Talladega. 58-47. Tougaloo leading by 11. Williams. And that was a long two-pointer by Stanley Williams.
Stanley says it's time to eat.
60-47 lead. The hot shooting continues for Tougaloo, and there's an offensive foul. Moving screen, I think. Yeah, they're going to call that on Kelly.
Foul on number 12, R.J. Kelly, his third personal.
Checking in for Tougaloo, number 14, Legarius White. And 13, Xavier Heidelberg comes out. Williams to White. White goes down low to Carter. Turn, goes up with it. It's blocked, but and there's a foul by Kelly as
just that quick.
His fourth foul as he bumped number 2, Datavian Porter. And now Dobie will check in, as well as Edwin Lewis.
Foul's called on number 12, R.J. Kelly.
Sean Atwater checks in for Legarius White.
To shoot 2 for Tougaloo.
The constant shuffling of players. I mean, it's the game management is impressive to watch by Coach Billups and what he gets out of his players. Atwater tipped it. Yes, he actually tipped it off of Turner, and it goes out of bounds, so it ends up being Tougaloo ball. And now another substitution comes in, number 23, Justin Johnson. He comes in. Datavian Porter comes out. 60-47 lead, exactly 14 minutes left to play.
And Brian, he's played all 14 players that he has dressed today. Coach Billups has over there for Tougaloo.
I think it's also notable to mention that he engages his assistants as well. So when your assistant coaches can help you know what's happening on the floor, that makes a huge difference as well.
Sabron Carter with the finish, and he got fouled, so he'll go to the line with an opportunity for the and one. How big of a play was the offensive rebound by Atwater? Another substitution.
Leslie Trey McClinton checks in.
Number 25, Leslie Trey McClinton comes in. Interesting, he comes in for somebody who I don't even think crossed the half-court line in one possession. And no complaining by anybody. You know, that's when your players are buying in. When nobody's complaining, everybody knows their role. You know, we got here together, we'll win together.
We all get a ring, Brian.
Sometimes people forget that. Dobie going to the baseline with a nice baseline move by Dobie.
And 20 years from now, nobody's going to know how many points you score. All they're going to do is see the ring.
Ray Dobie, 6'7" from East St. Louis, Illinois.
That's my
AD.
neck of the woods.
That's your neck of the woods. Yes, sir, indeed. Does not say. We'll have to do some digging on that.
Probably Lincoln High School.
Okay. Williams. He's got a mismatch there if he can get around Dobie. McClintock ain't able to finish that. I think you might have been surprised he was by himself there. Dunnigan on the break. to Turner. It's blocked, but there's a foul by Atwater.
More
63 to 49
Foul on number 10
is our score for Tougaloo.
His first personal, 15 foul in the second half. Phil Winston at the line to shoot 2 for Talladega. Justin Johnson returns for Tougaloo.
And we're going to make a quick correction. Phil Winston, number 2 for Talladega, comes out. I'm going to apologize to Phil, as the previous roster we had been calling him by a teammate's name. We did not get the info on the number switch. So Phil Winston, who previously was listed as another number on our sheet, is actually number 2 and not DeAndre Turner. Not sure how that happens. As you come to the tournament, the last thing you want to do is start changing numbers on the broadcast team. It's never a good thing.
More important, make sure you change them in the book before you cause yourself a technical foul.
Yeah, and Winston has played well. He's got 9 points, 2 or 3 from the field, 5 of 5 at the free throw line. So, been calling him by the wrong name all game, and I just caught it. First free throw attempt by Atwater is good. Second attempt goes down as well. 65-51, Tougaloo lead. Talladega, 12:35 to play. Needing some momentum to go or come to their side of the floor. There's Doby. Turn around, pull up jump shot, no good. Johnson with a rebound for Tougaloo. Down low to Carter. Spins baseline, and they're going to say, what, on the floor?
Oh, I thought they were going to get him for the
Hand
travel.
check. I thought it was a travel as well.
But the contact calls a travel, though.
Foul on John Warren.
Sabron Carter. Shoot the double.
And that is the 10th team foul. Again, that is the 10th team foul against Talladega, and we're not even at the halfway mark of the first half or second half.
R.J. Kelly returns for Talladega.
Sabron Carter knocks the first one down. 15-point lead for Tougaloo.
Are you looking for some reactions from Coach? He's coming out of his jacket.
I noticed that. Well, I would be upset too if the foul situation was 10-5. I'd just constantly be telling officials, really, look at the fouls, 10-5. And we're not even at the halfway mark of the half.
15-point lead for Tougaloo. And this is what they do. They quietly run away from you.
Doby, shot attempt, no good.
So I like the adjustment that Dega has just made with their offense. I don't know if you noticed, but they put 2 guys at the top of the key once he comes across, because they observed and made an adjustment to the defense.
Good point. We'll take a break. We will be back right after these words. You're watching the GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time-consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for free personalized insurance.
Back to live action. Ray Doby at the free throw line, shooting 2 for Talladega. Trying to put a dent in what is now a 14-point lead, or deficit, I should say, for Talladega. Second attempt, no good. Rebound by Sean Atwater for Tougaloo, up 14. 11:45 to play in the contest. Heidelberg on the left wing. Gives it back to Atwater. 10 seconds on the play clock. Got to get something going here. 7 seconds. Crossover into the lane. Puts it up. And they're going to say an offensive foul on Atwater as he caught Dunnigan. You saw Dunnigan kind of flop back a little bit. Didn't know if he kind of tripped him or used a forearm, but the official thought it was, maybe a forearm there. Notice Tougaloo has gone into a 2-2-1. There's a three-point attempt. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound by Heidelberg. Over to Atwater. Gives it back to Heidelberg. Johnson. Tougaloo. Heidelberg gives it over to Atwater. Definitely using their motion offense here. Bucket. That ball went in and out there by Porter. Rebound by Lewis. He's pushing up the floor. And what they're going to call? They're going to call an offensive foul on Lewis. As
offensive foul call on number 10, Edwin Lewis.
Little forearm shiver there on Heidelberg.
Now the shirt has come untucked.
That is a...
Yeah, some of those fouls are unnecessary. Like you hurt yourself when you throw the little arm jab.
14-point lead for Tougaloo here. Into the lane. Porter. Nice move. Practically untouched going through the lane to the bucket. 16-point lead for Tougaloo. As they are undressing Talladega right now.
They do. They need to come together.
Dunnigan calling for the screen from Doby.
You gotta use
He's doubled. He's got to do something with it.
10 seconds.
Winston in the lane is Kelly. He got that one to fall. 68-54. We're exactly at the 10-minute mark. White gives it back to Atwater. Atwater. 15 seconds on the play clock. Let's see if they continue to use the patience that they've shown in this half. Skips it over to White. He gives it over to Porter. Porter makes a little move. He just got caught trying to do a little too much there with 5 seconds on the play clock. And so another substitution there. White comes out of the ball game. Stanley Williams comes in. And for Talladega, we had a substitution as well. I believe that was John Warren who came in, and Kelly comes out. To the bucket, fouled from behind. That was Daryl Baker as he gets fouled from behind by number 2, Porter.
Number 2, Datavian Porter, his third personal.
Well, I always used to, I would think that when you're down by double digits, if you can get to the 10-minute mark in single digits, that was a good mark. But I'd probably say by your next TV timeout or next media timeout, which is when, AB?
First day at under 8.
Okay, so maybe if you can get it to single digits by that mark, you've got a chance to make a significant run. But you got to make free throws here. That first one was good. See whether Baker can make the second. He does. 12-point ball game. A couple of big possessions here, and we've got a technical foul.
5.
Well, let's see who this is on.
Technical foul.
Oh, and they've called this on Talladega coach Chris Wright. So right on the heels of 2 made free throws. He's called for a technical foul, and that sends Tougaloo to the free throw line. Sean Atwater knocks down the first one.
Well, the good thing about it, you don't give up possession with the technical foul. Tougaloo already had the ball, so.
But you just wiped off 2 points, and I'm sure Coach Wright.
It's a potential 5-point opportunity for Tougaloo, though.
I'm still trying to understand what was said.
Oh, coaches are itching for it.
Well, it makes you wonder, what was the play or what happened? Did we miss something that caused the reaction? That's Carter, and he's called for a charge.
Uh-oh, it looks like they might both exchange.
Offensive foul called on number 5, Sabron Carter.
And Coach Billups is on Carter. I think Carter was being a little too aggressive there. Coming up on 9 minutes to play. 70-56 lead for Tougaloo. You know, when we talk about, and there's a turnover there by Winston as he and Dunnigan never got on the same page.
Dunnigan zigged when Winston thought he was going to zag.
Is that what happened?
Well said.
Okay.
70-56 lead. When we talk about the first 2 meetings between these teams, one team was in the high 70s, the other team, the losing team, was in the 60s, and it's sort of taking shape in a similar fashion today.
Got a lot of dancing going on in the post.
That ball was deflected there by John Warren. Talladega comes up with it.
While you're waiting to pass the ball.
There's Dunnigan for 3. No good rebound by Ladarius Woods. Tougaloo taking their time off the miss.
I don't know, guys. What's the strategy for Talladega at this point?
Got to get a stop. It's got to start on defense. You got to get stops.
I think they need another offensive scorer to step up. I think they've spent they spent so much time trying to get. I mean, and Dunnigan has not scored in this half. He had 14 in the first half, has not scored this half. As a matter of fact, Talladega has only scored 12 points this quarter or this half. So it's just not coming in the bunches or with the rate that they need it to come from other players.
Right.
To make it even worse, Brian, they are 0 for 5 from the three-point line in this half. They were 3 for 7 at half. They're 3 for 12 now.
Oh, wow.
Because you were reading off some percentages earlier. If your team was, 97, would you say earlier before we came back?
93%,
right.
93% from the free throw line, 42% from the three-point line, and shooting almost 60% from the field. So you're supposed to win the game.
I think AD jinxed somebody this time.
Hey, it won't be the first time. It definitely won't be the last.
Into the lane as John Warren gets fouled by Sean Atwater. And with 7:59 to play, I think we are going to have a break. We are. So a timeout on the floor. 72-56 is our score. You're watching the GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
It didn't. What happened was,
7:59 to go in in the game. Talladega at the line for 2, shooting the 2 is John Warren. First one is up and good.
15-point ball game for Tougaloo. We still have not seen this thing get to single digits yet. I think it hasn't been there since very early in this half. It was only a 5-point ball game at halftime, and it's been controlled. It's been all Tougaloo from here. There's the Darius Woods up the sideline, and they give it all the way back to Stanley Williams. It finds his way back into his hands on the right side. Into lane he goes. Floater, and they're going to call a charge.
That was easy.
As R.J. Kelly had his feet outside of the restricted circle there.
Offensive foul call on number 1, Stanley Williams. His 3rd personal.
Well, if Talladega can string together a couple of more stops, anything's possible. Isn't that what the old phrase says, coaches? Anything is possible.
It's not over until it's over.
Yeah, let's got a few more cliches. Let's find it. Look, there's another foul. And so, I mean, look, the thing is with the fouls, everything is worth 2 free throws now.
Not only is it worth 2 points, but you're scoring with the clock stopped.
Yes.
That's crucial that you
At the
score
line
while the
shooting,
clock
Talladega number 1, John
is
Warren.
stopped and maximize your possessions.
Well said. John Warren.
All right, Talladega, let's make this last 7 minutes interesting. Show us something. Show us what you got.
And, Dega's shooting 86% from the free throw line, so they need to get to the line and be aggressive. Don't settle for threes, because the threes are not dropping for you.
Yeah, they weren't hot like they were in the beginning.
Sean Atwater checks back in for Tougaloo.
Sean Atwater checks back in the ball game.
Dega's picking up the full court pressure now.
12 points. This could be an opportunity with maybe a turnover and a 3-pointer to cut it to single digits.
Both teams in the double bonus.
Atwater spin move into the lane. Nice tough finish by Sean Atwater over top of R.J. Kelly. Back up to 14 points for Tougaloo. Three.
Nice.
Count it.
You need to keep moving the ball like that.
Daryl Baker knocks that down. 74-63. It's down to 11. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after these words.
Timeout, Talladega.
It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCU for these black colleges.
Absolutely.
And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. Okay? That was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties.
6:48 to play in the second half of action. Tougaloo leading by 11. Talladega still trying to get it to single digits for the first time since very early in the half. Coach Chris Wright imploring his team to really dig in here defensively for Talladega. Driving baseline is Woods, goes opposite corner. There's a pull-up jump shot by Atwater. Comes up short, but an offensive rebound by Tougaloo. And a foul. Sabron Carter is going to go to the free throw line.
Phil Winston.
As Phil Winston, number 2.
At the line to shoot 2 for Tougaloo, number 5, Sabron Carter.
Free throws. I was just thinking it. Free throws, free throws, free throws.
Porter checks back in for Tougaloo.
So interesting to me how the psychology of the game shifts so quickly with one team just being more aggressive than the other, and then here we are.
That one was good. Yeah, I mean, look, the transition. That's the beautiful thing about basketball. You can't sort of hang your head on a play or
Right.
two, because you
Game
got to be
keeps
able to
going.
move forward and on to the next thing.
I preach that to my players often. Shake it up. You got 1 second.
Yeah.
Shake it up and keep going.
Yeah, if you stay stuck on a bad play, there'd be at least, 2 or 3 more plays
Right.
that would have happened that you might have missed on. Talladega inbound. Down 12. An opportunity to cut it to 10 or less. Into the lane. No good. Rolls in and out. That was an opportunity there.
And
there's a foul by Daryl Baker. That's an unnecessary foul right there.
Unnecessary, yes.
5:59
Baker,
to play.
second personal.
Maybe he's thinking I'm stopping the clock, but really,
I don't think he thought about it.
no. You just think it was a lazy bad foul, huh? Love your honesty, Coach.
You know, just looking out here at the court. Number 1, John Warren for Talladega. Number 1, Stanley Williams for Tougaloo. What do they have going on with their shoes, y'all? Their shoes have nothing to do with the color scheme of their uniform.
Now you're gonna
They
make-
are interesting.
Now you're gonna make me look at shoes now. Thank you. High off the backboard, no good. Rebound by Williams. Very colorful as I'm looking at Williams' shoes, and I guess that's where we've gone at this point in the ball game. As now we are sneakerheads evaluating the shoe selections,
The shoe game, is that what
the
we're
shoe
gonna
game
call
of the players. Exactly. There's Sean Atwater driving, goes up, and a foul is called on Maurice Dunnigan. Can't believe it.
What?
Not quite sure what he could have done to not get that foul called on him.
His fourth personal. Sean Atwater at the line to shoot 2 for Tougaloo.
Donegan lead scorer for Dega, but that is his 4th personal foul.
And again, we have not seen Morris Dunnigan score any points in this second half. And really now, this turns into the second game where we've seen an offensive player of the year in the conference really struggle in the second half when their team needs them. I mean, we saw that in game number 1 with Kamisha Walker. Thank you. And now we're seeing it here with Morris Dunnigan. And maybe give some credit to Tougaloo for the level of defense. I mean, I'm just watching Stanley Williams play Dunnigan. I mean, he is on him like a hawk right now. Lead is back up to 15. Into the lane. That's got to be a travel on Winston. Maybe? Yes, it is.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. Let's see what they...
And that's the classic.
Oh,
On
man.
number 10,
Nope.
Sean
They
Atwater.
made eye contact with each other
His
like they're
fourth
supposed to
personal.
use officials.
Phil Winston at the line
And
for
You let the other
Talladega.
official make the call. If you're going to let the other official make the call, let him make the call. You
Yep.
know, you never want to... One person call a travel, one person call a foul, one person call a charge, one person call a block. You never want that as an official.
Have you ever had a chance to wear the black and white, the stripes?
Oh, I've worn it for
RJ Kelly checks back in.
20 years.
Talladega.
Okay. It's a side of the game I'd much rather let somebody else have been do.
One thing that I can say about it, when you
And Justin
referee,
Johnson returns
you
for
become a
Tougaloo.
better coach. Having coached, I felt I was a better referee
Okay.
because I understood both sides of the game.
At the line, Phil Winston shooting his second free throw attempt. It's a 13-point game as full court pressure by Talladega. Here comes a run and jump trap. Atwater double teamed, and they're going to say Phil Winston got his arm caught in the cookie jar, so to speak.
Foul on number
1
2,
second
Phil Winston, his third personal.
to get the ball over and about 10 to 12 feet of territory to cover at that point.
Now, had he thrown that ball, it still would have been a 10 count if I'm not mistaken,
The
correct?
ball was in the air, it would have been.
Before it landed.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it lands in the backcourt,
Yeah.
then you're absolutely correct. That would have been a 10 count. But I don't think he had any intention of passing that ball. He had no one to pass the ball.
Shooting a second free throw attempt. Number 10, Sean Atwater.
Stay tuned after this game. They're going to
And Xavier
have
Heidelberg
Player
checks
of the
back in as
Year
well.
and Coach of the Year and a couple other superlative ceremony between these games.
Okay. So that's coming up in the midst of this game. And our next contest, which is women's semifinal number 2.
Xavier and Talladega.
Xavier and Talladega, the host.
Justin Johnson,
Can Xavier
Sean
defend
Atwater
their
check
home
back
court?
in for the
Can
Bulldogs.
Talladega remain undefeated?
.438 to play. Tougaloo 80, Talladega 65. Tougaloo getting closer to have an opportunity to defend their GCAC conference championship. Would be the second in a row, or at least right now the second championship game in a row they've gone to. And there's a strong move by Justin Johnson over Ray Doby. 3-point by Dunnigan, no good, in and out. Rebound, Sabron Carter. And you can just see Dunnigan shaking his head as if
Has Dunnigan hit a shot this half?
no, has not scored a point this
Not even a
half.
free throw.
Not even a free throw.
4 for 14 for the 3-point line is Dinga now in the game. 4 for 7 at the half.
Been a tough day for the young man. Sabron Carter into the lane. Off balance, but he gets fouled.
And
Fouls on
I
number 3,
finally
Yarrow
figured
Taylor.
out why this game feels like it's dragging. And I will tell you that after we come out of this timeout.
All right, we'll take a timeout. You're watching the GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
An Urban Passport member.
Now, you can't live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while
Back to live action here. Men's semifinal game number 1 is 3 minutes and 40 seconds away from concluding here in Tougaloo. The Bulldogs with a commanding 82-65 lead over Talladega. First half that was pretty much even has really turned into a second half completely dominated by Tougaloo. Sabron Carter at the free throw line made one. He's shooting his second. And that one's good as well. 84-65, 19-point lead.
There's free throw attempt number 79, which makes for 69, which makes for a long day.
Yes, indeed. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Blocked by Porter with no regard for life. But Doby comes up with that finish. Tougaloo gets the ball. Way up ahead is Porter. He's going to go to the basket. And R.J. Kelly fouls him.
Foul on number 12, R.J. Kelly.
His fourth.
Moving into the 70s. Isn't that are we reaching a GCAC tournament record free throw attempts in a ball game?
John Warren Wilson for Talladega.
We'll send our statistician to the record books to see if our producer can produce anything to tell us in the last 3 minutes and 12 seconds. As our producer looks over with pure glee and joy at that responsibility.
I think he wanted you guys to go interview the officials.
Well, maybe we'll let you be the pool reporter, Coach.
Carol.
So 2 missed free throws by Carter there. Still 84-67. Three-point attempt by Dunnigan. Bounces around, unable to get that to fall. Unable to get the leg kick call. Just nothing going right for Dunnigan as 2 more subs for Tougaloo come in. Johnson and Atwater. So Talladega, who's currently ranked 25th, will have to wait to see if they can earn an at-large bid into the NAIA playoffs. Dunnigan gets his first points at a half with the reverse layup. Good to see him back in the scoring column.
Smiling.
Williams standing just below the circle. Here comes a quick double by Talladega, and Tougaloo will play a little game of keep away 4 corners here. Well, usually you shoot layups in that drill, but Atwater decided to pull up and shoot a jump shot. No good. 84-69 lead.
Whoa.
Dunnigan still being guarded tightly there by Tougaloo. There's the jump shot off one leg by Darryl Baker. And with 1:54 to go, that'll send us to a break. You're watching the GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
Bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
Tougaloo with an 84-71 lead, 1:54 left to play. And I believe we have some information on are we at a record yet, AD? You tell us.
You want the pre-shot clock record or the post-shot clock?
Well, I think let's keep it relevant, so let's go post-shot clock era.
Most free throws attempted, both teams, 101.
Whoa.
Back in 1992, St. Mary's of the Plains, Kansas versus Southwestern Kansas. That is the NAIA record.
All right, well,
Shot clock era.
We're a good number of fouls away from that. And there's
the way this game is going, though. Can you imagine being the broadcast crew on that game, Brian?
Ooh, no, I cannot. No, sirree.
That was probably a 3-hour and 15-minute game, man.
That's a bit much.
Builds character, perhaps.
Xavier Heidelberg checks in.
By the way, the pre-shot clock record is
Along with the
FYI, 121 in 1952.
Wow. 1:26 to play. Tougaloo leading Talladega. Spin move, foul by Baker.
Looks
There should be foul on Baker. What's that?
Looks like we at least go get the 80 attempts
Foul call on
in this
number
game.
1, Stanley Williams.
Yeah.
Do they have
His
time to
fourth
break the
personal
clock?
foul. Daniel Baker at the line to shoot 2 for Talladega.
Well, hopefully you're not at home playing the when someone gets fouled drinking game. Because if you are, I hope you are staying home for the afternoon
well,
and
we
evening.
are in New Orleans, so
Sadly, though, yeah, exactly. You're in New Orleans, so for anyone here watching, good luck to you.
You know, makes me wonder how long they're going to have to give out these superlatives between games now.
have a little time.
Say they're going to make enough time for that.
There's a quick foul.
And where are we?
Well, look, hey, a minute 15. I mean, it's an 11-point game. By my count, there's 4 possessions. Tougaloo at the free throw line is
90-something% right now?
They're only 70% from
Oh,
the line.
70,
28
okay.
from 40.
Okay.
so, you know,
You got a chance.
anything's possible. You got a chance.
Not with
Yeah.
that.
Well, hey, you shoot like that, yeah, you got a chance. You definitely have a chance. That's a bad miss by
Quarter returns for Tougaloo.
Oh, they're going to come down and go 1 for 3?
Xavier Heidelberg.
They could go 1 for 3. You
I feel like I'm ready to play.
Second attempt, no good.
That's our first 0 for
Rebound by
5
Doby.
by either team.
Daryl Baker up ahead. A little hesitation move into the lane. Not sure what that was. Blocking foul is what it is.
But it
And then he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That was a half Euro, half.
Hop,
Call on number 5,
I don't know.
Ron Carter.
a hop
His
step.
fifth
What?
personal.
skip to Malou.
Yeah.
I think he was going to go Euro, but the contact made him actually land on the same foot that he took off
Johnson
of. Looks like.
returns for
Right.
Tougaloo.
A lot of substitutions in and out right now.
You know what those called,
Baker's at
Brian?
the line to shoot 2.
Fresh fouls.
Oh man.
We need those.
Right. Nobody. As I look at the foul count, somebody just recently fouled out. So I did see that for a second over there for Tougaloo.
Darius White back in the game for Tougaloo.
Atwater did foul out.
Williams. No, I've got that wrong. Yeah, you're correct. Atwater fouled out.
So Atwater fouled out for Tougaloo.
And Williams has 4 for Tougaloo.
10-point ball game. The closest. This is now there's that single-digit mark we talked about. It hasn't been single-digit since very early in the second half.
Kelly fouled out for Talladega a little while ago.
Rolls in and out. Still at 10. Double digits. And that's a couple of times they've been close, but just not have been able to get over.
If he gets that steal right there without the foul, we've got a totally different ball game.
Foul call on number 3, Daryl Baker.
Daryl Baker called for that. His 4th.
Uh-oh, coach.
We got a timeout. Or did we have...
Ladarius Woods at the free throw line. A minute and 1 left to play. Tougaloo.
Now nobody wants to hit a free throw.
You know that. Nothing will make you stay around longer than miss free throws. Are we approaching? What we say 70? Or we got to be approaching 80 here, AD.
43 on one side, 35 on the other side.
Hey.
That's number 44. That is 79.
Timeout, Tougaloo.
Timeout Tougaloo, up 11 with a minute and 1 to play. We'll take a break as well. You're watching the GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCU for these black colleges.
Absolutely.
And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. Okay? That was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network.
That's great. 1:01 left to play here. Semifinal number 1 just won't end. A free throw battle. Talladega down 11. Trying to get it to single digits. A 3 would cut it to 8. And of course, there's a foul. Unbelievable.
If you had 80 in your free throw offense
Foul on number 11, Ladarius Woods.
you're
His fourth
about
personal.
to win the
At the
money.
line to shoot 2 for Talladega.
Heck of a contest that would be, man. Who had the over?
Who had the over? This one is for the push. And the next one is for the money.
And just think,
Ladarius
there
Woods
was an
takes it
hour
to John Warren,
gap
Talladega.
between the two first games and the second and the start of the second two. But pretty much that whatever that is practically gone now.
What was the key sentence in that phrase, Brian? Reworded that sentence.
Was. So it's a 9-point game. Tougaloo leading 85-76, and now they're going to foul, of course. I mean, why not foul? The way Talladega has been missing free throws.
Foul on number 1, John Warren. His fourth personal.
You know,
And
Tougaloo has almost shot as many has
14
free
went
throw
down
attempts
twice.
as they do field goal attempts. This would be free throw attempt 45-46, and they've only got 48 field goal attempts.
first attempt by White is good.
See an opportunity to break the
23
clock.
or 48 from the field, 29 or 44 currently from the free throw line.
A great ending to this story is they come down and hit 2 threes and break the clock.
Xavier Heidelberg checks back in for 2.
Or several threes. And
Coach, you've already jinxed us with the overtime
you're right,
talk
you're right,
earlier.
you're right. No, I mean,
Her microphone.
I mean the other team.
And there's a turnover there, and that might be enough to end this game as Winston lost the ball coming down the lane. Williams, Woods,
No
Williams,
fouls.
they'll play keep away here for the final 15 seconds on the clock.
No need to foul now. And as soon as I say that,
Foul on number 2.
cut my microphone.
Yeah, turn your mic off.
His fifth personal foul.
And that's
And
it. That's a
That's
foul
why
you
he
commit.
wasn't fouled.
That's a foul you commit when you want to get out of the game. You're done.
I'm done.
I'm tired and frustrated. I'm out.
Who's got the keys to the bus?
That was Winston's 5th. Stanley Williams. Misses the first one. Second attempt. Rolls in. 88-76, 23.4 seconds left. Coach Billups decides to call a timeout. I guess he wants to make sure everybody's on the same page
No
down the
fouls,
stretch.
No fouls and no fouls. Make
And
your
let's-
free throws. Let's go get on this.
And let's
bus
not
and go
do
back to the
anything,
hotel.
right, and let's not do anything that's going to cause us to, or cause you to not be available for the championship game tomorrow.
That's a smart
Timeout, you said?
No, smart instructions.
Oh.
Don't get hurt.
Well, that too. Don't
Don't
get hurt.
get
I think
injured.
that was third on the list of instructions.
Well, I like it.
Dunnigan for 3. Unable to get that shot.
Same.
And Dunnigan with only 2 points in the half. Been a tough day for the young man.
Foul on number 3, Darrell Baker.
Daryl Baker commits his 5th, and Daryl Baker is done for today.
Great season for Talladega.
AD, do you think they have an opportunity to play in the playoffs?
They have an outside shot
with
to
shoot
get into the playoffs. A lot of it's going to depend on if the other conference go chalk, as they say, and you have no other teams, lower seeds win conference tournaments. As that is free throw attempt number 50 for Tougaloo compared to 48 field goal attempts.
Nearly, is that correct? 50 to 48, 50 and 48 attempts. That's 98.
Yes.
Ray Doby. Come on, and then a foul, so we get 100. No foul? I'm sorry. 2 seconds, 1 second. Our final score as the Tougaloo Bulldogs advance to the GCAC tournament championship game for the second consecutive season with a final score of 90 to 78 over Talladega. And that's how this game will conclude. As we said, our leading scorer in this ball game was Sean Atwater, as he finished with 22 for Tougaloo. Also, Ladarius Woods finished with 18 as well. For Talladega, their leading scorer was Darryl Baker, finished with 19. GCAC Player of the Year, Co-Player of the Year, Morris Dunnigan, finished with 16, only 2 in the second half. And as you said, AD, the free throw numbers, pretty ridiculous when you look at them.
87 attempts.
87 total attempts. Tougaloo was 34 of 50. And Talladega 32 of 37. Wow. All right, well, that will do it for this. Our second semifinal will be our second women's semifinal will be Talladega versus Xavier. So for AD Drew and Carol McLeod, I'm Brian Fulford, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be back to call that game after these words.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits